Hello, how y'all doing? I've been trying to get out here every other day and plant something here or there, and I'm just about done getting it all planted out.
But today I'm out here trying to get these tomatoes cleaned up. They need to be pruned and staked. Because right now, baby, they just flopping all over. Somehow I didn't even think they was going to grow this fast. I don't know. I just wasn't ready. I don't know about y'all, but I do like to prune my tomatoes down to one main stem. I know it looked drastic, but it's going to be greater later. I'm going to keep them trimmed up at least until they're about as tall as the pole. Then I might let them bush out a little bit, towards the middle of the season or something like that. Now, pruning not necessary, but it does have a few benefits. Not only does it keep the plants healthier for a longer period of time, but it's also easier for me to maintain them when they're not as bushy and wild and all over the place.
Especially during those first couple of weeks after transplant.
Actually, probably up until I get that first harvest off of them. I know most of y'all know it, but I'm going to say it anyway for the ones that don't. Removing the bottom leaves of the plant helps with airflow and it helps with disease control, so you don't have to worry about your leaves sweeping the ground or the soil or whatever and spreading disease onto your plants. And then removing the suckers help with airflow, and it also allows the sun to penetrate better through your plant, and it allows your plants to focus its energy on producing larger size fruits as well as healthier fruits.
I've even heard that it could make the tomatoes taste better too, but I don't know about all that. Just in case you don't know or you confused about what I'm removing, the blue line is the main stem, the yellow line is leaf stems, and the red lines is the suckers that I'm removing. So basically they pop out in a little corner joint in between the main stem and the leaf stem.
Now, of course, you can leave your suckers on there. Some people like to leave their suckers on there. They want a bushier plant, and that's fine. It's just your garden. You do what you want to do in your garden. Some people say it helps give you more fruit. Some people say it gives you more fruit, but they're smaller. So I don't know. I just like to do it. My main reason for doing it is so that the plant could get airflow and so that the plant could be more manageable for me to maintain.
See, like on this plant right here? This a leaf stem down here at the bottom, but this middle branch coming out of there that's branching out, this right here, that's a sucker right there. And he about to get cut because if I leave him there, he going to try to take over the plant and be the main branch. Once they pop out, they grow real fast too. I think that's why it's so easy for them to rob energy from fruit production, because they're trying to take the lead.
They start out all small and cute. See, like that right there, all cute? No, he got to go. They start out real small and cute like that, and they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then
before you know it, you don't know which is which. The sucker then turned into the leader.
If you don't remove the suckers, it will turn into a full-size branch like your main branch, and you'll be confused on which is which. But whether you remove the suckers or not, you also, or always, should I say, want to remove the whatever leaves that's sweeping the ground. You don't want no leaves touching the ground, sweeping the ground, or anything like that, regardless of whether you move the suckers or not. But like I said, once they get bigger, once the plants get bigger and they can handle themselves, they can handle the weight or whatever, I'm going to go in and leave them. But for right now, I remove all my suckers.
And honestly, if I had a better cage that'll support them a little bit better, I'll probably leave a few more suckers and let it get a little bit bushier, and it'll be able to, deal with that weight of it. I don't know why, but most of the tomato cages that they sell at the store sucks. They ain't even good for tomatoes. They better for like eggplants or peppers or something like that. Half of them shouldn't even be advertised as no tomato cage. But anyway, how y'all feel about the suckers? What y'all do with y'all's? Do y'all cut them or leave them?
And if you leave them, do you leave all of them or some of them? Because y'all could let them grow. Even if you don't let all of them grow, you could let one or two grow and make your plant have 3 main leads, 2 main leads. It's up. Main stems. It's up to you.
Previously, I have let a sucker or two grow to where the plant will have, like more than one main line. But I would rather do that with a more sturdy, like cage type of setup, because each main stem gonna need some type of support.
Now this one right here under this trellis, I ain't gonna really cut all the suckers off of it. I'm gonna just get that bottom part cleaned up where ain't nothing sweeping the ground, and I'm gonna let it do its thing and grow all the suckers it wants. I was about to let this one right here have 2 main lines, but then at the last minute, I went on ahead and changed my mind and cut that second one off.
The bamboo poles I use for support, they're about 6 feet tall. So once the tomato plants get to the top of the bamboo poles, I'm going to go ahead and top them off. Then I think at that point, I'll go ahead and leave the suckers alone and let it start bushing out from there. So besides getting these tomatoes in order, I'm waiting on a package with some sunchokes, turmeric, and ginger to arrive so I could go ahead and get that planted. I got to get my sweet potato slip started, restart my strawberry planters again. And I'm going to try my best to try to get some seeds started as soon as possible for some succession planting. And I already got some squash, cucumbers, and beans struggling, so I'm going to go ahead and direct sow some of those too. And my snow peas was a flop. I was going to start some more of them, but it's getting hot, so I'll wait till later in the fall to do those. And I forgot to mention earlier that the suckers that I'm cutting off, especially the larger ones, they can be propagated into a new tomato plant. I got enough tomato plants right now, but I'm probably going to propagate a few later in the season to plant for the fall. Happy gardening, y'all.